Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
It's the first week of June, and rising temperatures will show you when and how often we hit 90 degrees. But before we get there, how long we can enjoy this low humidity coming up.
Searching for suspects. One person was killed and 11 others were hurt in a mass shooting in Catawba County. Where that investigation stands this morning.
And improperly stored guns. There are more firearms recently seized at RDU, a spike. This is where you're looking live right now, Terminal 2. The update we expect to get today from TSA and how that affects all travelers out there when you get those types of holdups. We are glad we broke that streak of weather alert days here, certainly on our Monday here. A beautiful start. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu, and we have the beautiful sunrise to prove it. Look at how beautiful it is out there. We start a new work week in a new month. Yes, welcome to June. Chris Michaels in the WRAL Severe Weather Center to show you another beautiful view from RDU.
Yeah, that sunrise. We've been talking about it all morning, how some of that smoke from the wildfires in Canada led to that eerie sunset last night. It's the cause for the colors you see here. If you get a good shot of that, send it to us, WRAL.com/report it, and I'll give you a shout out during the newscast. Starting out comfortable in the Triangle this morning, out the door, temperatures upper 50s and lower 60s, and just severe clear throughout the day. Plenty of sunshine, lowering humidity, a little bit of a breeze, and highs about 80 to 83 degrees this afternoon. High pressure is going to camp out overhead. That's what's leading to that drop in humidity and sunshine today. We'll continue to see more sun, but as the days go on, it'll get hotter and more humid. I'll show you when eventually storm chances return coming up in just a bit. Ken?
All right, Chris, it's 6:01. Really good news to report. If you're about to head out the door this morning, nothing but green showing up on a live traffic map this morning. Very light traffic out there, to be honest with you. I-40 and Wade Avenue, you can see traffic flowing nicely in all directions. And that's the case in terms of all our major routes from Raleigh, Durham, to Chapel Hill, and all in between. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio. We've got you covered. 101.5 HD3.
This morning, we are following the search for suspects after a mass shooting at a house party in Catawba County.
WRAL's Michelle McConaughey is here now with what we know about the investigation. Michelle.
Oh, we know 58-year-old Sean Hood from Lenore was killed. 11 others were hurt in this. At last check, 7 people are still in the hospital this morning with a combination of gunshot wounds and injuries from being trampled as they tried to escape. Officials say the investigation is complicated, spanning over 2 acres with at least 80 shell casings, and many people at the party are from outside the area. We're also learning more about security at the party. WRAL spoke with the owner of the home. David Tolbert says his daughter Sabrina, quote, had hired a young man to provide security at the party. Neighbors shared what they heard unfold early Sunday morning.
As ambulances and emergency vehicles started to arrive, we could hear people, saying, hey, over here. And, when the police arrived, we could hear them telling people to get on the ground.
And the sheriff's office says they believe there were multiple shooters. No arrests have been made so far. Catawba County Sheriff's deputies say they had been called to the party 2 hours before the shooting for a noise complaint. They do not believe that noise complaint was the motive for the shooting.
This morning, a man is in custody after an attack in Boulder, Colorado. 8 people were hurt in what the FBI is calling a targeted terror attack. Police arrested 45-year-old Mohammed Soliman. They say he yelled "Free Palestine" during the attack while using an incendiary device to throw flames at a group of pro-Israel protesters. Brooke Kaufman witnessed the attack. She called 911 and ran to help the people who were hurt.
There was that lady that was rolling around on the ground. She was wrapped in a flag, and I could not even make out her face. It looked like a lot of her hair got, sorry, I don't want to be gruesome.
The victims range in age from 67 to 88 years old, and the injuries run from minor to serious. Officials believe Soliman acted alone.
Today, we expect to learn about a recent increase in people trying to take guns through security checkpoints at the airport. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is at RDU this morning. And Kelsey, the TSA plans to share some more information about how these incidents affect all travelers.
Yes, Jeff, that's what we're expecting. And TSA officials say they are finding more guns at the security checkpoint here at RDU. So this morning, we're asking for an update on how many guns were found and how TSA is working to keep you safe. Just as a reminder, people can travel with guns, but there are some rules. They must be unloaded and locked in a hard-sided case inside a checked bag. You also have to tell your airline that you have a gun at the check-in counter. We reported about firearms at TSA checkpoints back in January. Here are some numbers from 2024. North Carolina TSA officers found 250 firearms at airports statewide. That's 12 more than what was found the year before. Today, we'll ask TSA officials how many have been found here at RDU. So we're expecting to get that update this morning at 9:30. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live at RDU.
The driver accused of intentionally causing a head-on crash on a busy Raleigh road is set to appear in court today. Anderson Singleton is charged with 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, among other charges. Now take a look at this dash cam video shared with WRAL. You could see Singleton's car crash head-on with another car. This was on Rock Quarry Road. Singleton's wife, who was in the passenger seat of his car, and a man in the passenger seat of the other car were both taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
Teachers and parents in Edgecombe County will gather for a rally this afternoon in support of a county budget proposal. The proposal includes investments for schools. The Edgecombe County Association of Educators says the district's proposal includes higher pay for faculty and staff, along with investments towards repairs at district facilities. The Board of Commissioners will discuss the budget at tonight's meeting at 6 o'clock at the County Administration Building. The rally will be from 4:30 to 6:30 at that same site.
The soccer tournament gets started in Cary this week. Today we'll hear from several of the players ahead of their first games. WRAL's Laura Levine is live at WakeMed Soccer Park this morning. Laura, thousands are expected to come to the Triangle for this major competition.
We are now inside WakeMed Soccer Park here, and the park is preparing to welcome those huge crowds for the 3rd TST. So once these gates open here behind me, it's game on, and we're talking about $1 million on the line. Let's take a look at some of that action from last year. The event features music, food, games, exclusive meet and greets, celebrities, and 134 game-winning goals over 6 days. The TST generates about $9.2 million in economic impact for our region. TST part owner and San Antonio Spurs point guard Chris Paul tells us this year we can expect tons of competitiveness.
It's just exciting to see with all the different fields and all the people showing up, and it's very festival style. And this year we'll have 134 matches, 64 teams, and it's nothing like seeing those teams score that last goal to know that they won $1 million.
Absolutely. So we know players like for the NC Courage are competing this week. The NC Courage took 2nd place last year. We're going to hear from more players later this morning. Meanwhile, all of the action, the high stakes matchups begin on Wednesday. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Cary.
Your homeowner's insurance is going up. The average North Carolinian will pay about $243 more every year. And as we enter June, that 7.5% statewide base rate increase went into effect. It's far less than the 42% jump the North Carolina Rate Bureau initially requested, but still a shock for some homeowners. In Raleigh, the increase puts average annual premiums north of $3,400, according to Guardian, that is. It is still less than the statewide average. Price increases hit the hardest for families still rebuilding from storms like Hurricane Helene.
We're inland enough that we're not right on the coast, and we're far enough away from the mountains again. So it's like we're kind of in between. But at the end of the day, it's still expensive.
Coastal counties will feel the biggest change, up 16% this year, almost 16% again in 2026. Another round of rate hikes is scheduled for next summer.
Crews in Raleigh are preparing to shut down a downtown street for the next few weeks. East Morgan Street between Wilmington Street and Blunt Street will be closed from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day from now until June 27th. Crews are working on a water and sewer project. So be aware of work crews and signs there. Water and sewer services are not expected to be affected during this project. A detour is in place if you plan to travel through that area.
You can make your voice heard today at the Durham County Board of Commissioners work session. You can share thoughts on the budget during their open hearing today. That meeting is scheduled to start at 9 a.m. in the Commissioners' chambers on East Main Street in Durham.
Troopers caught on camera months ago not telling the truth about a chase where the suspect crashed and died.
I wouldn't mention anything to them about you tried to stop him.
No, I won't.
That crash happened 7 months ago, yet the troopers are still on leave pending an internal investigation. Tonight at 6, WRAL Investigates asks what's taking so long with the lie caught on camera, seeking accountability tonight at 6. Wildfires in Canada. Smoke from the fires are causing hazy conditions here today. The hazardous air quality impacts in other states this morning.
And closing the park. Lake Crabtree County Park is officially closed this morning. A look at how mountain bikers enjoyed that space for the last time.
And just look at what that wildfire smoke is doing. This is right now from our downtown Raleigh Skycam, and you see the odd filtered, eerie look to sunrise. If you get a picture of it, send it to us, WRAL.com/report it, and I'll give you a shout out during the morning newscast.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
We're coming up on 6:14. We asked and you delivered. Great shot here from Donna in Benson of the sunset last night. This is right here, right now. This is all being caused by that wildfire smoke in Canada. This is over downtown Raleigh. And if you get a picture, again, we're expecting to see that continue over the next little bit. Temperatures upper 50s. It's nice and comfortable out there. We're in the mid 70s by midday and not expecting air quality issues, despite the fact that we see some of that smoke thousands of feet in the air. Overall, really nice Monday for you. Not quite as chilly as last week. Temperatures are going to be close to average, with Raleigh and Fayetteville topping out in the low 80s. And this is the kicker right here. The humidity, not a factor. We'll show you when that returns coming up in a few. Ken?
Excellent, Chris. Many of you use I-540 as an alternate east-west route. But look at this. I-540 and Capitol Boulevard. That whole route is delay-free at this hour. Some of you might be planning a business trip this morning, maybe an early summer vacation. Well, we've checked all the major routes heading to the airport this morning, all delay-free. So you will get to the airport in time. Once you get to the airport, well, that's another story in terms of your flight. Listen, you're getting ready to head out the door. We've got you covered. 101.5 HD3.
Your time is 6:15 here on the WRAL Live Center. Good morning. I'm Chris Lovingood. I want to point your attention to the screen over here, where this is video showing essentially the location in Turkey where a delegation both from Russia and Ukraine met today for another round of peace talks. But in terms of the progress being made in the war, well, the expectations kind of low, especially consider Ukraine recently said it launched a surprise attack on 5 Russian air bases. I'm going to show you a photo here showing a bit of an image of a drone that attacked a Russian plane right there. And then Russia launched its own operation yesterday with 472 drones. But in terms of where America stands in this entire situation, 2 U.S. senators are saying that it is possible that the next 2 weeks are critical in trying to bring the war to an end.
Chris, thank you. The Israeli military hit a residential area in Gaza. Yesterday's strike comes after another attack near an aid distribution point left dozens of Palestinians dead. Witnesses say a tank fired on Palestinians crowding around an aid distribution center near Rafah. Gaza's health ministry says 31 people were killed and 170 others are wounded. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which was distributing the aid, denies the claims. It says 16 trucks of food were delivered without incident.
Police in Tulsa, Oklahoma shot and killed a man after they say he ambushed first responders. Police say the first responders were treating a jogger who had been shot in the leg when a man came out from behind a fire truck and started shooting at them and then drove off. Police chased him to a nearby cul-de-sac before that person started shooting again, and then officers returned fire, killing him. No first responders were injured, and the jogger is expected to survive.
June is CPR and AED Awareness Month. If you don't know how to do CPR, now is a good time to learn. You never know when an emergency could happen. First, check the person's pulse and see if they're breathing. If you don't notice any activity, begin CPR right away. It's recommended to do 100 to 120 chest compressions per minute. Make sure you are pushing fast and hard. Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation is not necessary. Now, if an AED device is available, you could consider using that as well.
This morning, 136 acres of local parkland is officially closed. Hundreds of mountain bikers went out to Lake Crabtree County Park yesterday before the closure. RDU has leased this land to Wake County for $1 a year for public use. RDU says the terms of the lease no longer comply with federal regulations, which require the airport authority to charge fair market value for the land now. The lease will expire June 30th. Advocates for the park are pushing for a different outcome.
I think they should just come out and see the beauty of this place and see how many people rely on this place and how many people enjoy this place every day. It's a great place, and it would really suck for it to just be a bunch of concrete.
The exact plans for the area remain unclear, but early plans from RDU say it'll be an entertainment district. Wake County says it intends to build new bike trails nearby to help make up for the loss. Those plans are in the works.
Massive wildfires in Canada are sending hazardous smoke toward major cities in the U.S. Nearly the entire state of Minnesota is under an air quality alert. The same situation happened 2 summers ago. You may remember this EarthCam time-lapse video from June 2023 shows the New York City skyline disappearing in heavy smoke due to wildfires in Canada. The air quality then was considered hazardous. And smoke from those Canadian wildfires, they're making their way down to us as well and creating some interesting sky conditions. Chris Michaels with that interesting, eerie-looking sunset.
Isn't it? Yeah, kind of filtered out, and thankfully the air quality here not too bad, but this sunset yesterday evening in Raleigh was definitely eerie. Thanks to Tammy for sending that in through Report It, and you can see right now in Goldsboro the effect that's having on the sunrise. Again, not expecting any major air quality issues, but you do see that counterclockwise flow and low pressure centered over New York. That's going to drag in some of that smoky haze for at least today. By tomorrow, the air quality is considered moderate, which even still is not too bad. It's like if you're really sensitive to air pollution, that's when you may want to keep things inside for a little bit. Aside from that, aside from the haze, plenty of sunshine today, and it's going to feel good. Temperatures this afternoon at their highest, about 78 to 82. Southern Pine, Sanford, Durham, your high temperature right at 80 degrees. That area of low pressure that I was mentioning, that's going to start to move offshore. That's also what caused all the storminess in parts of the area this weekend. In its place, high pressure takes over. So what that does is it supplies us with more sunshine, and it keeps storms away for at least the next few days. So if you have any kind of outdoor chores you need to take care of, or maybe you just want to take the kids to the pool, there's plenty of days to do so. Monday through Thursday at least. And then as we get closer to Friday, the heat, the humidity, and the daily chance for scattered storms starts to make its usual comeback, pretty typical of early June for us. So enjoy today. Out the door tomorrow, temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Then we'll make it into the middle 80s. By Wednesday, mid to upper 80s. And we'll continue to add on to that as we head late this week. Our high temperature is about 88 to 90 degrees. And there you see the weekend looking pretty toasty with a daily chance of scattered storms. Ken?
Oh, summer trying to come in early. All right, let's start outside and start in Durham, shall we? I-885 and Ellis Road. Traffic is beginning to pick up just a little bit, but you can see flowing nicely in all directions on I-885. In terms of major routes heading into the Bull City this morning, very little to no delays whatsoever heading into the Bull City. Just about a 1 minute delay if you're coming in from Highway 98. Similarly, here in the capital city, very little to no delays already. Just 1 minute coming in from Nightdale this morning. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. Terror attack arrest. A man arrested after throwing firebombs on pro-Israel protesters in Colorado. What we're hearing from witnesses of the attack this morning.
And mall reopening. Durham streets at South Point opened after some scary incidents over the weekend. How shoppers are reacting to that series of closures.
And ahead on today, Tom Yamas is live in Studio 1A to talk about his debut as the new anchor of NBC Nightly News Tonight.
And here's a look at your winning NC Education lottery numbers on your screen. We're back with what's trending next.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
2 celebrity marriages over the weekend.
All right, let's see who tied the knot here. Ken Smith's here with What's Trending, Ken.
Yeah, let's start with Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen making the ultimate catch by walking down the aisle and marrying actress Haley Steinfeld. The couple announced their engagement on Instagram back in November.
Yeah, that was during the Bills bye week when he proposed, and it was overlooking a cliff, looking at the California cliff, Pacific Ocean, just gorgeous.
Absolutely.
But they look cute together.
Yeah.
Let's keep the love theme going. Robin Thicke and his longtime fiancée, April Love Geary, are married. The wedding took place almost a week after Thicke proposed to Geary for a second time. Robin performed one of his songs at the wedding.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And this was a long time coming, too. They've been dating since 2014. They announced their first engagement in 2018. And now the second one comes along, and the marriage. They got 3 kids together, so good for them.
Stunning dress.
Yeah. Thanks, Ken. Cumberland County Schools is launching its summer meals program today. Monday through Thursdays this month, the school district will offer free meals for kids under 18. Officials say there is no registration needed or income requirement to get a meal, but it is first come, first serve, and the meal has to be eaten on location. A list of the meal sites across the district can be found on the Cumberland County Schools website.
The Hope Mills Board of Commissioners will recognize National Gun Violence Awareness Day at its meeting tonight. The day is usually observed on the first Friday in June. Town commissioners will also hold a hearing on its proposed budget for the next fiscal year. This meeting starts at 6 and will be held at Town Hall.
And ahead at 6:30, a nice drying trend for the next several days. We'll show you how long that break from storm chances lasts and when the 90-degree heat makes a return. All that coming your way in the next half hour.
Still ahead, guns at RDU. Today we expect to learn new details about an increase in gun seizures at checkpoints, how those incidents impact other travelers. Pretty cool to see that flight taken off there.
Also, the search for several shooters. This morning, officials are looking for the people responsible for a deadly mass shooting in Catawba County. What they say happened during a house party there.